Welcome back, everyone. In today's video, we're diving into Chapter 158 of Standard of Reincarnation, where the journey takes a sharp turn. New missions, dangerous lands, and some unexpected encounters await Vincent and his team. Let's jump right into it. Before leaving the fortress, Vincent left behind a message for his mother. He wrote, "Before leaving, I have a request for you, mother." The scene shifts to Lady Versa, Vincent's mother, standing alongside Raelsa, the head maid, and a dwarf craftsman. They had traveled to a distant snowy mountain, but something strange stood out. Despite the freezing snow, lush green grass was growing there. Raelsa's eyes widened in shock. She muttered, "That's an incredible concentration of mana. Enough energy for grass to grow even on snowy mountains." But their surprise only deepened as they discovered something massive, the bones of a dragon, resting silently within the snow. Vincent's message continued, "I'd like you to keep the remains of my benefactor and Lynn in a safe place. Also, please allow Master Artisan Hansen to use them freely. And lastly, please send the people I mentioned to Dragonwood." The scene then transitions to Dragonwood, a hidden land of legends. Revan and Celebra stood there, gazing at the Dragonwood city in awe. Celebra whispered, "It's huge. Dragonwood really exists." She was a young scholar, someone who dreamed of becoming a historian. And beside her, Revan, heir to a family known for keeping ancient records, stood speechless, admiring the civilization before them. Then, a voice greeted them warmly from behind. "Welcome, friends of young Lord Vincent." They turned to see a noble woman surrounded by dragonkin attendants. With a graceful smile, she said, "The dragonkin will help preserve history in written form. Welcome to Dragonwood." Meanwhile, high up in the snowy Tursan range, we returned to Vincent. He spoke calmly. "Our destination is the snow-covered village in the Tursan range." With him were Sari and Wilson, trudging through the thick snow. Sari unfolded a map and explained, "Jillian is a village formed from several small hamlets. It used to be protected by a magic barrier, but lately, that barrier has weakened. Monster attacks have been frequent." She frowned, pointing at the map. "A few smaller villages have already been destroyed. People are evacuating to the central one." Wilson leaned over her shoulder. "Oh, but look here. There are already 3 cadets sent in as the advance team." The scene cuts to one of those cadets, a young woman battling an ogre. She swung her weapon desperately, but the massive creature smashed her aside. "Ugh, damn it. My leg. That ogre got it," she screamed, collapsing in the snow. Then another roar echoed. She looked up in horror. Another ogre appeared, charging straight toward her. "No way, there's another one." Both ogres lunged together. The girl shut her eyes, trembling. "This is it for me." But instead of pain, she felt nothing. Opening her eyes slowly, she froze in disbelief. Vincent stood in front of her, his hand raised, effortlessly blocking the ogre's massive strike. The divine glow of the Dwarf King's blessing surrounded him. He asked calmly, "Are you all right?" The girl could barely breathe. He blocked an ogre's attack so easily, she thought. Then Vincent called out, "Sari." In that instant, flames rained down from above. A massive burst of fire exploded in the ogre's mouth, blasting it away. Sari hovered in the air, magic blazing around her. A bright smile spread across her face as she thought proudly, "We did it. I took down my first monster." The battle wasn't over yet. As the first ogre fell, another one appeared from behind, roaring furiously. It had seen what happened to its companion, and now, its rage filled the snowy air. But before the creature could move, a faint shimmer appeared. Dozens of glowing butterflies fluttered around the ogre, dazzling its eyes. It was Julian's illusion magic, clearing the way for Vincent. Vincent's eyes sharpened. He raised his sword, mana gathering around its blade like a storm. Then, in one clean motion, he swung. Transcendent sword strike. A brilliant arc of energy sliced through the air, and the ogre was cut clean in half, its body collapsing into the snow with a thunderous crash. The young female cadet watching from the ground gasped in disbelief. "Amma, amazing," she whispered, her voice trembling. Vincent calmly sheathed his sword and stepped closer. He extended a hand toward her. "Are you hurt anywhere?" But before he could react, the girl leapt into his arms, clinging tightly to him as tears filled her eyes. "Thank goodness. I thought I was going to die," she cried, trembling. Vincent froze for a moment, clearly flustered. Then, maintaining his composure, he spoke gently. Your body's cold. Let's start a fire first. The scene shifted. A small campfire now flickered under the snowy sunset. The warmth filled the air as steam rose from a pot of heated water. Vincent and the girl sat on one side, while Sari and Wilson prepared the supplies nearby. Wilson approached with a cup. Here, drink this warm water, he said kindly. The girl smiled softly. Ah, thank you. Lord Vincent's attendant is very kind, isn't he? Wilson instantly turned red, stammering slightly as he looked away. Meanwhile, Vincent observed her quietly, analyzing. Judging by that look, she must be one of the advanced cadets, he thought. Third-rank cadet, Mariel, known as the most beautiful among the Red Fortress cadets. The number of cadets who call her their first love easily reaches double digits. That's why she was famously called First Love Mariel. Wilson, still flustered, tried to regain control of himself. No, Wilson. She's way out of my league. He screamed internally. Meanwhile, Sari sat cross-legged nearby, clearly unimpressed. She muttered to herself, why bother blowing on it before drinking? It's already cooled off. Then, glaring at Mariel, her thoughts grew even sharper. And why is she clinging so close to the young lord like that? Vincent, noticing Mariel sitting rather close, kept his tone calm and professional. Senior Mariel, he asked, was that ogre the target of this subjugation mission? Mariel shook her head slowly. We thought so too, but... Before she could finish, a distant voice echoed through the snowy woods. Mariel, where are you? Answer me. Mariel's eyes brightened instantly. That voice, she exclaimed. Two silhouettes appeared through the storm, running toward the light of the fire. There, it's light, one of them shouted. As they came closer, Mariel recognized them. It was third-rank cadet Keshin, panting heavily. F found her. Thank goodness, he said with relief. Beside him, another figure appeared, third-rank cadet Brick. He grinned proudly. What did I tell you? I said she'd be safe. Mariel quickly stood up and waved. Hey, over here, she called happily. The two boys began to run toward her. But then, swoosh, Vincent's sword suddenly flew and embedded itself in the ground before them, stopping them dead in their tracks. Both cadets froze, their eyes wide in shock. Even Mariel gasped. Vincent? Vincent's expression darkened as he glared at the two, his voice cold and sharp. You all, what the hell have you done? And that wraps up chapter 158. Things are really heating up as Vincent's mission heads into even greater danger. And it feels like this is just the beginning of something big. A huge thanks to everyone watching, and an extra special thank you to all the amazing members who joined the channel's membership. Your support truly helps keep these recaps coming faster and better. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next chapter, right here on Pages with Sidra.